If you're a buyer, especially a first-time buyer, this market might feel like a little bit of a break. Prices have come down, particularly in smaller condos, and for the first time in a long while, buyers have options. And honestly, that's deserved. But here's what most people are missing. While buyers are focused on today's softer market, something important is happening in the background. Developers are pulling back and pulling back hard. Projects are being delayed, some are being canceled, others not even getting off the ground. And this creates a bit of a paradox. If demand is weak right now, shouldn't new construction be getting cheaper? Shouldn't developers be adjusting prices to meet the market? You'd think so, but they're not. In fact, they're doing the opposite. They're stepping to the sidelines. Why? Because it doesn't make financial sense to build right now. It's not less profitable for developers right now, it's unprofitable. It's about what it actually costs to build in Toronto today. And right now, it's expensive. First, land is more complicated and more expensive. There was a time when developers could buy a parking lot and build. Simple, clean, one owner, that's mostly gone. Now it's assemblies, multiple houses, multiple owners, drawn out negotiations, more time, more risk, more cost, and that cost doesn't disappear. It gets passed on to the buyers. Number two, development charges are massive. Toronto has some of the highest development fees in North America, and yes, they fund important things, transit, infrastructure, and parks, but here's the reality. In some cases, these fees can make up to 30% of the cost of a new home, and that has significant impact. Number three, the approval process is slow, really slow. Getting a project approved can take years, and I've seen this firsthand. Even on a small scale, I bought 2 parking spots behind my house, vacant land, no structure, no trees. It still took over a year. Now imagine trying to build a 40-story tower. Rezoning, consultations, planning reviews, environmental checks, it adds up, and in development time isn't just time, it's money. Number four, labor is tight and expensive. We're short on skilled trades. A lot of experienced workers are retiring. Fewer people are entering the trades, and big cities come with higher wages. Number five, materials aren't cheap anymore. This one most people have felt. Over the past several years, supply chain disruptions and inflation pushed up the cost of lumber, steel, concrete, glass. Construction on costs in Toronto have jumped significantly, by some estimates over 40%, and that's not fully behind us. So what does this mean? Every new development comes down to the same formula. Land, government fees, construction, financing, and profit. Now imagine most of these things rising at the same time. Something has to give. Right now, it's supply. In some cases, the cost to build is or even above resale prices. So developers aren't lowering prices to chase buyers. They're not building at all. There could be some future solution with technology where something like 3D printing could make construction cheaper and faster, but we are nowhere near the place we need to be to build these out to scale. That is still a long way away. The takeaway, if you're waiting for pre-construction prices to drop dramatically, well, you might be waiting a very long time, because there's a floor to how low prices can go when it costs this much to build. And when demand eventually does pick up, we could find ourselves right back in a supply crunch. Different market, same problem. I'm David Coffey of Bosley Real Estate.